Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how I constructed a flawless closure wig that's glueless to fit my own head. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do this, keep on watching. So guys, I'm starting out with 30 inches Brazilian silky straight bundles and a 5x5 closure that's in 16 inches. This is from a company that is on Amazon. I'll be listing everything down below. To make this wig, I used a large wig cap. I love using that brand. I used some thread that's in black with a curved needle. I used some T-pins. These are essential, and I of course had the hair to use. I pre-bleached the closure. It did not come bleached. I just wanted to show you guys how invisible the knots looked after bleaching. But what I did was I put the wig cap on the mannequin head. This is a cork head in size 22, and I just matched up the closure to it. It's very easy. It's easier than making a frontal wig. I just matched it up, made sure that everything was laying flat. That's the key to this. After doing that, I made sure the back part was as flat as possible, and I used T-pins. This is why you need it. You can get them on Amazon. Everything here can be found on Amazon actually. And then I sewed the closure part down. The reason why I didn't show you guys the stitching is because I'm not that great, but later in the video I'll show you guys how I do stitch down the lace and the wefts. Now all you have to do is make sure that it is exactly on the line of the wig cap, because you don't want it a little bit above or behind. Now some people do stitch their bundles like that, but I don't like to do that. What I do is I put it towards the back and line it up straight, like it's kind of like horizontal to where the closure is. The reason why is because I feel like when everything lays back flat, it gives you a smoother feeling and transition. Now right here I wanted to show you, this is after using one bundle. So I had 4 bundles and a closure, and I think it was perfect for this wig. If I had 3 bundles, it would have been very thin and very spacey. So this is after 2 bundles, and after 2 bundles you can clearly see that I had more than enough bundles. And as you guys can see, my stitching is not great, but it's pretty good. It's secure. It's knotted multiple times, but the hair is so flat. Whenever I run my hand on it, it's very smooth. This is after the 3rd bundle, and I'm just showing you guys how far I got with that 3rd bundle. Now up here, what I do is I kind of mimic the sides of the closure, because when you get closer to the top, you're working on more of like a U shape and not really straight across. So what I have to do is I use my T-pins to line up the bundles to basically be parallel to where the closure is, so it kind of fits that U shape. It's more of like a boxy U, if you guys can tell what I'm doing. But my T-pins are very important for this because it kind of helps to guide me and show me what step I'm at. After doing this, all I do is cut the bundle at top. Before I got to the top, I was not cutting the bundles. I really folded the bundles and just continued sewing, which doesn't give you the flattest feeling at the edge, but when I got to the top, I made sure that I cut it so it's really flat. Now this is how I sew. All I do is I insert the needle and then I pull the entire thread through. It gets entangled with the hair, but just make sure that you're looking out for that. Everyone sews very differently, but this is what works for me. And when there's a knot at the end, I push the needle through that knot so it brings it over, so it's not sticking out. So I push the needle through and I make sure I put the needle through the hole, so that when it goes underneath this weft and I bring it through, it's going through that hole. So when it comes through, it's a knot, so I don't have to knot it myself. And then all I do from there on is I continue to pull the thread through the weft, and then I continue to tie it going forward. Now guys, you can see that there is a consistent pattern with my sewing. Everything is like knotted. I make sure I loop it over and then I pull, so that when I finish pulling it, there is a line and then a knot connecting it, and it's really secure. This is how I stitch going from the right to the left. Now coming from left to right, it's a completely different pattern that I use because of course the needle is going in an opposite way. Now this is the last track on this entire wig, and it's always my favorite part. As you guys can see, everything looks really neat and flat. The aim with the last track is to connect that lace with the track and with the cap, so that when you cut the lace off on the cap underneath the lace, that the lace is actually connected to the weft. So going from left to right, what I do is, as you guys can see from here, I push the needle underneath that brown lace and then I push it underneath the weft so that it's connected, and then I twist the thread around it so it knots going from left to right, and then I pull it through, and as you guys can see, it's secure, it's snug, and that is the aim. I'm going to show you guys once again. I make sure that the needle goes through the lace. It does not just go through the cap, because you want the lace to be connected to the weft and to the cap. So that is the aim for the last track. And then eventually when I'm done, it's going to be very secure, and then I can cut that excess cap from underneath the lace. I'm finally done with stitching the lace and the bundles onto this cap. I'm removing the T-pins. I'm so excited at this point. I already know it's gonna look phenomenal. Everything's pretty flat. So now the goal is to cut the black cap from underneath the lace. You do not leave it there. You do not need a black scalp. So this part you need to be very careful, because you do not want to cut the lace, you do not want to cut the extra cap that you actually really need. So as you guys can see, my hand underneath the cap, all I'm gonna do is try to cut that part off and avoid the stitching, the lace, and the actual cap that you will need in the long run. My scissors was really dull, but I made it work, and eventually it was done, and I put it back on the mannequin head, and my goal here is to then pluck the front part of the lace, and I really didn't want to do too much. The goal here is to wet the lace. You do not want to pluck dry hair, or you want to wash. Anything you want to do. I already prepped the hair, so I'm just gonna wet it, and yeah, so I parted it out, make sure that I have enough hair in front of the hairline, and then I plucked. I didn't do a lot, as you guys can see from before and after I plucked. It's not that big a difference, because it's a glueless wig, and yeah, you want to pluck a little bit more, but I really didn't care enough. I also didn't care enough to do baby hair, so as you guys can see, it's a slight difference. A lot of people may think it's a big difference, but for me it's really not. I wasn't going to fresh perm today. It was really just a subtle transition, and I pulled out a little bit of hair just to cut some baby hairs, just in case I wanted to do that in the long run, which I didn't end up doing, but you know, it's still safe to do it at this point because the hair is already in your face. But I'm loving this 5x5 closure. I love when I bleach knots on a closure or frontal and it bleaches really well. That shows me that the hair will behave. You gotta listen to me, hon. I really do not need knots that are stubborn. It's the worst thing ever. I'm showing you guys right here. This is right after I was done. I just tried it on to make sure that it looks good. I was so nervous because sometimes it either doesn't fit, it's too big, it's bulky, but this was flat. It felt great. I was so excited, y'all don't even understand. And I did go ahead and kind of straighten the hair a little, not too much. And as you guys can see here, how silky and smooth it is when I'm brushing it. This is just after one pass. I didn't even do a lot to the hair, and I was just loving it. Did go ahead and kind of cut the hair a little bit as like that 90s style that's coming back, not too much. The closure was 16 inches and the hair was 30. It was kind of odd, so I did cut a little. Hey, hi guys. So don't mind my lashes, I'm just trying out something new. But as you guys saw, I recorded making and constructing this hair last night. It's super duper long. It's, as you guys saw, it was 30 inches, and I did try to cut like little short pieces in the front because I did like that little throwback hair look that everyone's doing. Not sure if I got the curls right, but I'm gonna be applying it to my head. I'm gonna make this a glueless closure wig, so for those days that I don't feel like, you know, gluing any wigs down, I can easily wear this. But I'm gonna put it on right now and let's see how it's looking on my head. Alright, so as you guys saw, I actually attached a band in there last night. So I'm going to try and apply that first. Alright. I did use a larger black cap when I was making this wig, so the black cap inside wasn't, you know, it wasn't medium or small, it was large. On the label, on the packaging, it also said that. So yeah, I love when my wigs are pretty flat, so my goal with this one was to make sure that it fit right and that it was as flat as possible. And as you guys can see, it's pretty flat. It didn't come pre-bleached because of course it was just like a closure. So oh, I'm liking this. As you guys can see, it stops right at my thighs, and this part did come down, but I like cut it up a little. But I'm going to try and cut this closure part off and see how everything is looking, and you guys are gonna be here while I'm doing that. I'm like actually kind of excited. I'm actually loving how it's looking so far. The lace is not HD, which ideally is my favorite type of lace, but that's okay. This one is from Amazon, and so far I actually have not found an HD lace on Amazon, so I'm not too pressed about it. Alright, so I've officially cut the lace and this is how it's looking. Not too, I don't know how to feel about it. You guys know that the lace isn't HD and that's fine. I'm loving the fact that this is a 5x5 closure because I hate wearing 4x4 closures or anything, you know, other than that. It's pretty snug on my head. Because it's not glued down and it's heavy, it does kind of low-key feel like it's slipping back. So if you're the type that's doing like a lot of activities and you're afraid of that, put some clips in it, or get a strap that is tighter, because I feel like that would also help to make it feel more snug. But for me, I'm not doing anything crazy. What I'm gonna do is pull this a little bit more forward, like to right here. That's good for me. Okay, I can see now. Quickly, what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of makeup on the lace. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I'm trying to get it to like match my skin color, because you know, I hate when it looks too light or it looks too gray or something. The wig kind of looks like this because it was made on a mannequin head, and to be honest, the mannequin head is a little bit more boxy than mine, going out towards the side. So when I'm done, it comes out looking like how it looked when I made it on the mannequin head. So you kind of, if it looks a little bit more square to you guys, that's why. So guys, this is how my hair is looking. Glueless closure. I'll give you guys an update if I can, but I'm really enjoying it right now. Feels really good, secure, and I'll let you guys know how the quality is and everything. So thank you so much for watching so far, and I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm here to give you an update on this beautiful closure wig that I made. So far, it's not as boxy as it was on the mannequin head. I think it's settling, it's getting the memo. Not only that, but now the hair update. So far, I have not experienced any shedding or tangling. I think the tangling, like in the nape of the neck, there's no tangling. I feel like because when I made it, I didn't put it too close to the edge of the cap, so it's not really rubbing against my neck, and the hair is silky straight. So it has a hard time tangling when it's so straight. So far, I have not glued the wig down at all. I've just been removing it when I come home, wearing it when I go out. So of course it's not gonna get as raggedy as a lot of my other wigs because I don't sleep in it. The hair is still very sleek. I have been wearing this hair for every day since I made it. Every day since I made it. So I can honestly say the hair quality is bomb. It's silky. Like, you know that really silky straight hair? This is that. This is that. This is the type of hair I'd probably sew into my head if I did sew-ins. I know a lot of girls out there, they're still hip with the sew-ins. They even sew their frontals and closures down. This is the type of hair that I would do that with. And that's it. The hair curls perfectly fine. The only thing I didn't get to do was wet the hair, but I feel like when I wet it, it will have like a slight wave to it since it's so silky. But yeah, the hair is bomb. I will probably do a big wrap-up video like my previous video on how the hair is after maybe a few months, because I do want to give you guys an in-depth review. But sometimes you can kind of tell after a few days how a hair is gonna go, and this one is like, it's just like it feels like I just made it, you know. But yeah, I'm loving it so far, and thank you guys so much for watching thus far. If you guys are interested, just know that all details will be in the description box. Try to put as much information in the description box as possible so you guys can check out all the hair I review. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I really wanted to do like a giveaway or some type of thing for the holidays, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, life really came up for me this week and a lot happened. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do a Christmas giveaway, but I am gonna do a giveaway soon. If it comes before my 50k, great. If it's a 50k, then so be it. But I really wanted to do something big, and I feel like it's just too late for me to do that because of everything that happened this week. I'm so sorry. I want to say I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I hope you guys spend time with your family, eat a lot, exercise after, because we still trying to get snatched. And yeah, treat yourself, guys. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you in my next video. Keep up the faith, keep up the good energy, exude positive energy, and it'll come right back to you. And I'll see you guys later.